Now last week we looked at team fighting, but this week, as suggested by the legendary Liker, we're going to be looking at main champions. Now if you have a topic you'd like me to cover off on in the coming weeks, leave a comment below, but for now, let's get started. So the legendary Liker actually proposed a really interesting topic for this week when he asked how to find a main champion. Now I think this gives us a really nice opportunity to look into more main champions in general, and if they really are good for climbing, if main champions help you learn faster or play better, and some of the bad things around sticking to just one champion. So to me, a main champion isn't a champion that you only play, that's a one-trick pony. When I say main champion, I think of the champion that you play the majority of the time, someone that you feel like you've mastered on a level that's just a little bit higher than all your other champions that you play, that you really feel comfortable on. With that description of a main champion, I think it's actually a really good choice to have one. Like I mentioned back in my Fear of Ranked video, I only exclusively played Master Yi until level 30, and I think this really helped me learn the game better because I got to verse better players. And I think the fastest way to get better at League of Legends is by playing against the best players that you can. And by sticking to one champion, you get to do that sooner. I ended up learning more about my basic combos, how I could optimize those combos and do the most damage, the importance of auto attacks, itemization, everything that I needed to know to slowly become better and better and expose me to that higher level of play. And this really helped me become better at the game much faster than I would have because I was playing against much better players. A lot of people ask me who they should main, or what role they should main. They ask me if there's any sleeper OP champions right now, or who's really strong in the current meta. But none of that really matters. When it comes to finding a main champion, it comes down to one simple question. If you could be any elo at all, if you could be the #1 rank on any server undisputed, that if any league game you played you just absolutely destroyed, who would you want to spend your time playing? And whoever that champion is, you should play that. Because if your main goal is to climb and get to Diamond, and you only want to play the strong meta picks to get there, then all you're doing is playing champions you don't enjoy to get to a higher rank to continue playing champions you don't enjoy. And that's kind of stupid. League of Legends is a game, and it's to be enjoyed. Now I understand that some people are super competitive and they just want to get to Diamond the easiest way possible. But after all of that, if you can find a champion that you really enjoy playing, then you'll be able to, that's the only way for you to be able to master that champion. And that's really the easiest way to get to the highest elo you possibly can, is by mastering a champion that you're passionate about. I remember back in my Master Yi days, before I even hit level 30, I was queuing with some friends from school, and one of my friends had been playing League for a lot longer than anyone else, and so he had all the cool, expensive champions. We load into the game, and he's playing this super cool champion that we had never seen before, and all my friends are just like, whoa, this champion is so awesome. So he heads top lane, and I look at this champion, and at that moment, I was just like, whoa, I'm gonna become the best in the world at that champion. And so I saved and I saved all my IP, 6300 IP, which was a lot of IP back before level 30. And I finally bought him. Malzahar, the Prophet of the Void. I read all of his lore, I got super amped up, I was ready to play. Man, me and Malzahar were gonna be like Ash and Pikachu. I was gonna take that shit all the way to the top. So I loaded into my first game. 0-12. But it didn't matter. I was terrible at Malzahar. I was someone who had only played Master Yi until level 20. I only right-clicked until level 27. I couldn't use spells properly. I didn't know what hotkeys were. Like, I was terrible at this champion. I don't think I even got a kill for the first like 5 games. But it didn't matter. And that's exactly what makes a great main champion. Someone that you just regardless enjoy playing. And eventually I started to get better at him. I got my first kill in game 6, which was great. Even through seasons 2, 3, and 4, where Malzahar was really considered like a weak or a troll pick, I ended up still playing him because I just enjoyed it. And even through all that, well, here, take a look at my stats from season 3 in Diamond. In summary, I think main champions can be a really good idea, and they can be great in helping you learn and develop at the game at a faster rate. But you have to be really careful who you choose. Don't get stuck in the whole who's OP right now, who's strong in the meta argument. Just find someone you really enjoy. But remember, don't become a one-trick pony. Keep playing other champions, keep your mind fresh, because sometimes the best way to learn to play against another champion is to learn how to play the champion. So that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or a new topic for next week, remember to comment down below. But until next week, Scurbs out.